Well, hello there. My name is Sandy Newbigging. If you're calling in from listening in from the US, yes, Sandy is a Scottish, a male's name in Scotland, or a man's name in Scotland. So I'm here to do a Facebook Live takeover. I'm so excited. I'm going to be sharing from my brand new book that came out this week called Calm Cure. And this is my third book with Hay House, and I'm so excited to talk all about it with you today. I'm going to take you through why I believe conflict is the core of problems, and because this is the daily meditations page, I'm also going to talk about how awareness is the heart of healing. And I think you're going to love that bit. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to guide you through a guided meditation. It's called Free World, and I think you're going to love it. It's a meditation that can help you to be the change you want to see in the world. You know, there's lots of stuff happening in the world right now, a lot of conflict, and a lot of people can be really upset or concerned or stressed by all these world affairs. We're going to do a meditation today, all of us together, which can help us to be the change we want to see in the world and spread lots of peace and love and all that good stuff out into the wider world. So I hope you stay with me. And we've got loads of people on the line already, and lots of people saying hi. People from Motherwell in Scotland, fantastic. Do let me know where you're from, and that you're excited that you're watching this Facebook Live. So where do we start? Well, I'm going to take you through a few extracts from the new book. I find that when I do my Facebook Lives over on my own page, I tend to read a little extract from one of my books and then expand upon it because it inspires me to share more than what's actually on the written page. So I'm going to start with a question. Is that okay? Hello, Margaret from Iceland. And Tokyo, hello there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a question. This is a very important question. It's a big question. And the question is, it's so big it actually deserves a little bit of an introduction to it. And the introduction is as such. You know, let's talk about the purpose of life. You know, this is the Hay House Daily Meditations page. I think we have permission to talk about the purpose of life. Now, many people have explored the purpose of life over the years. And some people say it's to learn how to love or be of service to our fellow man. Scientists have offered an array of hypotheses, including survival, procreation, or evolution of the species. And spiritual teachers have offered that suggested that the purpose of life is to know thyself and wake up to enlightenment. Now, these are all beautiful purposes of life, and they all have merit and relevance for all of us, actually, in different ways. However, I would like us all to start by bringing it back to basics. Can we? Can we bring it back to basics? Can we take away any beliefs or opinions and just agree on one thing that's very, very simple? And that is that life is happening. Have you noticed? Life is happening. It's right now, this Facebook Live is happening. But life is happening. We can't deny it. And so, not only that, but if you think about the context of the cosmos, we are here for a pretty short period of time. I don't like to be negative. If you're calling in from US, you might have just woken up. But we're here for quite a short period of time, really a mere blink in the cosmic eye. And so our time on Earth is quite short, but also life is happening the entire time we're here. And so here's the question. Are you willing to hear the question? Can I have some likes or hearts or something? Are you up for hearing this question? I want to find out if you're really ready for it. It's a big question. And that question is, are you willing to experience all of life or just some of it? Are you willing to experience all of life or just some of it? Big question, eh? Very big question. And thank you so much for all the hearts and thumbs up and everything. It's so much fun to do this today. So exciting to be sharing this with you guys on the Hay House Daily Meditations. So are you willing to experience all of life or just some of it? And in order to explain this more, I'd like to read one page from my book. Is that okay, guys? Are you happy if I just take a moment to read the book? Are you willing to stick with me while I do this? It's a very important part of the book, and it kind of sets the reference point for the rest of the Facebook Live I'm going to have with you today. So here is the question. It's a page in the book, I don't know if you can see this, called The Spectrum of Life. Now, what I'm going to say is, when I'm reading it, it might sound a little bit negative, okay? But trust me, we are heading somewhere very liberating, and where you experience a much more permanent peace, much more unconditional joy, much more unbounded love, okay? So bear with me as we head through the landscape of reality. So let me read this little section to you, and we will continue from there. If gravity and day-to-day life have taught us one thing, it's that although multiple outcomes are possible, what goes up will usually come down eventually. Rather persistently, life has a way of swinging on a pendulum of possibilities. Sometimes everything will appear to be going great, and at other times slide down to the lower end of the desirability scale. Occasionally life will go perfectly to plan, and we'll feel in complete control over our destiny, while during other spells an entirely unexpected plot will present itself, and life appears to be spinning light years outside your sphere of influence. Have you ever had that experience in your life? Have you ever had it when life feels like it's spinning light years outside your sphere of influence? Some mornings, you wake up filled with focus, and you feel like the universe is your best friend. Other days, though, the demands of the diary drag us out of bed, and it can be tricky to put one foot in front of the other without tripping up. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. I take it that means you're liking this little extract. I continue for one more paragraph. Money may fill your bank account during certain financial periods. Then at other times, it can feel like the tides have been turned, and all you do is pay out. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had it when you feel like that? You're pretty flush with lots of money sometimes, but then other times it's like a bill after bill or something expected, and you just have the tides have been turned. Perfect health may be present within you and the people you love during certain stages, and then the onset of a physical condition brings unwanted restraints and scuppers your schedule. Relationships can be on the rise with ample social invitations and so much love and light coming your way that you need to invest in a new pair of Ray-Bans. Then before long, you aren't necessarily flavour of the month, with someone somewhere deciding they no longer like you. Some seasons your team will win and your preferred political party will get voted in. Other seasons, ... I'm sure by now you get the point. However hard you may try to deny it, life sometimes presents the things you want, the things you don't think you want, and everything in between. Life sometimes presents the things you want, the things you don't think you want, and everything in between. And then I end this with a little quote that says, life is happening on a spectrum of possibilities, and you aren't failing at being human if it continues to do so. Life is happening on a spectrum of possibilities, and you aren't failing at being human if it continues to do so. I want you to hear this message, guys, because sometimes, I obviously love Mind, Body, Spirit, Self-Help. I love it. I've written, this is my 11th book, okay? I love this field. But sometimes we can feel like we're failing somehow if life isn't always positive. It isn't, if we don't always get what we think we want. And that can put us under a huge amount of pressure. It can create a lot of frustration. It can really corrode our contentment. And so what I want for you is for you to have the ability, to cultivate the ability to have an unshakable peace with life. With my first book, Mind Calm, here sat beside me, my first book, Mind Calm by Hay House, I talk about how we want to get peace with our thoughts. We also want to learn how to get peace with our emotions. We want to get peace with our body. We want to get peace with our relationships. We want to get peace with our finances. We want to get peace with our career. And we want to get peace with the wider world. What we really want to do, guys, if we want to experience freedom in this lifetime, much more happiness, much more joy, much more love, who doesn't want more love? We need to learn how to get peace with life. And so what we do with that is we adopt my peace with life strategy, my peace with life approach. Now, before I go into that, I just want to briefly share, what do most people do when life doesn't go their way? Well, we usually engage the other strategy, which is the fix it, change it, and improve it strategy. That's the one whereby we think about what's wrong about our life, and then we set about setting some goals, and then we work really hard to eventually fix, change, and improve every orifice of existence so that it eventually ends up looking like how we think it should. Believing that our happiness is at the end of that perfect life rainbow. Anyone can relate to that one? It's a strategy that is useful to adopt, and I'm not dishing it. In fact, it's a really important strategy, and I'm obviously goals are wonderful. It's really important for humanity to have purpose. People without purpose tend to perish, and purpose is a wonderful thing to drive evolution and creation and help you to create wonderful things in your life. However, if we are reliant on our happiness being at the end of that perfect life rainbow, then we're postponing our peace, we're postponing our happiness, we're postponing our love, we're postponing our contentment, we're postponing our freedom. We're buying into a belief that I can't be fully happy until I change this about my body, until I change this about my mind, until I get rid of these emotions, until I perfect this thing in my life. And what I want for you guys is to be really busy and engaged, creating whatever you want in your life, but to be experiencing peace, love, and fulfillment and freedom along the way. And that's possible from the approach that I'm sharing, the Peace with Life strategy. So what we do with Cam here is I share a 3-step technique which can help you to discover the undercover conditioning that's working behind the scenes that's causing us to be in conflict with life. What I've found through my work with hundreds of people, more than that, around the world, thousands of hours of personal meditation along my journey, what I've discovered is that we've all heard that we should accept, surrender, let go, but we've been conditioned to do the exact opposite. Growing up, we're conditioned to want certain things, but then resist the rest. It's not a conscious thing we're doing. We might want to be free. We might want to surrender and let go and accept life, but our conditioning that we picked up along the way, we've been conditioned to do the exact opposite. And so the technique that I share in Calm Cure, the 3-step technique in Calm Cure, is all about waking up from that conditioning, rising above reactive resistance, and ascending beyond our attachments. Because what we discover through the book is that the ingredients of any conflict, anytime we're in conflict with life, we have some sort of resistance, and we're resisting life because we're attached to something else happening instead. Does that make any sense? So if you think about any problem in your life right now, if it's a problem and you're experiencing anger, sadness, fear, guilt, hurt, grief, anxiety, remorse, shame, or whatever, if you're experiencing any of these things, it's because the common denominator will be you'll be resisting it. I don't want it. Your mind has judged it as bad, wrong, worse, or negative, and we're like, no, I don't want this. But we're also resisting it because we're attached to something else happening instead. And so we apply this principle of how conflict is the core of problems to through the book to help to heal our body, help to heal our emotions, help to heal our relationships, help to heal our career, help to heal our money and finances so we can be financially free, help to heal our relationship with time, and also the wider world, which we'll get onto very soon when I guide you through the free world meditation. So, if you're just joining me, hello there. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sandy. I'm the best-selling author of a few books with Hay House, including the brand new Calm Cure that came out this week. It's the unexpected way to improve your health, your life, and your world. And we call it the unexpected way because what I'm suggesting is the quickest, most effective way to make anything in your life better is to actually start by getting peace with how it currently is. I know that might sound contradictory. It might sound like, well, if I'm at peace with it, surely it will continue. But we need to learn to not resist life and let go of our attachments to something different happening than what's actually happening. Because life is happening, we only get to spend a very short time on this planet, and do you want to experience all of life or just some of it, which was the question I posed at the beginning of this. What I've observed working with countless people around the world is that conflict, remember, which is made up of resistance and attachment, is working behind the scenes due to our conditioning. Conflict keeps us connected to what we don't want. Conflict keeps us connected to what we do not want. It keeps us recreating what we do not want. So if you've got patterns in your life that keep happening over and over again and you don't know why, then it's most likely an unconscious conflict that's playing behind the scenes that's keeping you connected to what you do not want. But if you can bring calm to where there's been unconscious conflict, I've observed that you can heal and achieve almost anything by doing that. It's so simple, but so powerful. So, I don't have time to cover everything. I've literally only got about 15 minutes or less of this Facebook Live left. But what I want to make sure you know is, number one, that if there's something happening in your life and you don't know why it keeps happening, or you have an issue that you're struggling with right now, there's a high chance there's some sort of unconscious conflict running behind the scenes, and by bringing calm to that conflict, you can resolve it. Now, how does this work in reality? Well, let's say you have a physical condition. You'll have you'll have a label for that condition because you'll have been diagnosed, and you'll have been diagnosed because you've got certain symptoms. And most people just stop there. They kind of go, well, I've got a physical condition and I've got these symptoms, so I need to start trying to treat these symptoms. However, there's a third part at play anytime you have a physical condition, and that's what I call a conflict experience. If you ask yourself, how does it feel to be experiencing this condition? You will get a third element. You'll describe how it feels to be experiencing it. For example, let's say someone's got a rash, that's the name, and then they've got a physical symptoms of red, itchy, blotchy skin. But if they actually tune in and ask themselves, how does it feel to be experiencing this? They might say, I feel irritation. Okay? So the first question of the Calm Cure technique is, how does it make me feel to be experiencing this condition? And then your answer might be, if it was a rash, irritation. Second question of the technique is, where has this been showing up in my life? Where in my life have I been feeling irritation? And you might say, well, I've been feeling irritation in my relationship. Third question, what's happening that I do not want? What's happening that I do not want? That uncovers the resistance. What do I not want? What am I pushing away? Well, in my relationship, my boyfriend's constantly looking at his phone and ignoring me. And so what you would have just found is the resistance, the root cause resistance, which is being ignored. So that's the life experience. Anytime it shows up, there's a conditioning that reactively goes, no, I don't want to be ignored, and we have a problem with it. Then you ask the fourth question in step one, which is, what would I much rather be experiencing instead? I'd much rather be acknowledged when I walk into the room. Hey presto, you would have just found your conflict experience, which is resisting being ignored and being attached to being acknowledged. And anytime that conflict is running behind the scenes, or it gets triggered, you might end up having a rash, for example, flare up. So that's just a very quick example of how just step one of the technique can, in a couple questions, help you discover the potential hidden mind-based cause to any condition you might be experiencing. I don't have time to talk about other things, so I'm going to move on to the life stuff, because it also works for the wider world as well. Let's say you have a money issue. That's the problem name. The symptoms might be worry, debt, arguments with your partner over their spending habits. But if you ask yourself, how does it feel to be experiencing this money problem? You might say, I feel limited or restricted. Then you ask, where is that shown up in my life? Where have I felt limited and restricted in my life? And you might say, oh, growing up, my parents, being around my parents. Okay, what's happening you don't want? Oh, they're always telling me what to do. Oh, okay, being told what to do. You don't like that? No. So that's something you're resisting. There's the root cause resistance. What would you much rather experience instead? The freedom to do what I want. Fantastic. And there's your conflict. A resistance to not being able to do what you want. A freedom to be, a resistance to being told what to do. And a freedom to do what you want. And then use the rest of the technique to get peace with that conflict. And it's incredibly powerful, incredibly simple. And if you resolve that issue in the inner conflict experience, you may find that your finances improve. If you resolve the conflict experience in relation to the health condition, you may find the condition improves. So that's just a very quick whistle-stop tour as to how you can apply conflict healing conflict to your life. But what I want to do now is, before going into the meditation, the free world meditation that I share with you, which gives you peace with the wider world and helps you to be the change you want to see in the world, I want to read a little extract from chapter 2 of the book. Is that okay, guys? Can I have some hearts or love for that? Would you like me to read you chapter 2 of the book, just a couple of paragraphs? This chapter is called Awareness, and the subtitle is The Heart of Healing. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for all the love. That's really cool. Thank you so much. This is so much fun. I hope I get to do this again one day. Let Hay House know if you want me to do it again. So, chapter 2, Awareness, The Heart of Healing. So let me read a paragraph from this. I think if you've been meditating for a while, you're going to find this really, really insightful. It really simplifies the purpose of what we're doing in meditation, and it can really help you to discover how you can experience an unshakable peace with anything happening in your life. I've had a question, how long is the meditation? About 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, okay? But we'll be starting any minute. So, let me read the first paragraph. Self-awareness is the term that I use for being aware of the aspect of yourself that is aware. What do I mean by this statement? Inside you, right now, there is an awareness that is aware of this moment happening, including, for instance, the words you're reading, or me happening on your screen. Yes, your mind is reading, or understanding what I'm saying, but the awareness that within you is aware of the words on the page. I wrote it better than that. I kind of fluffed it when I was reading it just then, just so you know. See the difference? Some call this awareness the observer, the witness, the stillness, or the being. It really doesn't matter what we label it. What matters most is that we are aware of its presence within us and make it a priority to experientially engage life with self-awareness from now on. That's my invitation to you with all the books that I write, is to experientially engage life with self-awareness from now on, to be aware of the aspect of yourself that is aware. And let me just briefly share the quote. I have a quote on the page by St. Francis of Assisi. I don't know if you can see this, but it says, "What you're looking for is what is looking." And that's one of my favorite quotes ever. What you're looking for is what's looking. So if you're looking for peace or love, joy, contentment, or whatever, fullness, freedom, whatever that might be, what you're looking for is what's looking. You need to look back, rest back into the awareness that's looking, the awareness that's aware, in order for you to be able to experience, not later, but now, what you ultimately want. The next part, aware of the full spectrum of life. Awareness is aware of all of your inner thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, along with your every external event and experience. Awareness is still, silent, spacious, peace-filled presence. Isn't it just? Awareness is still, silent, spacious, peace-filled presence. It is not otherworldly, but as real as you can get. It is the most permanent and unchanging aspect of you. So I would go as far as to say it's who you really are. Silently observing the happening of every inner and outer experience that you've ever encountered, there has never been a moment in your life when this awareness has not been present within you, even if you haven't always been aware of its presence. And that's the key, guys. There's never been a moment in your life when that awareness has not been present within you. It's just we haven't been aware of its presence. We've not been putting any attention on it. Awareness is aware of the full spectrum of life, and by being self-aware, aware of the aspect of yourself that is aware, you can find it is possible to calmly coexist with anything that comes your way. You can calmly coexist with anything that comes your way as long as you're resting in the awareness that's aware of whatever's coming your way. Because when you rest into the awareness, you start to experience the awareness rather than just feel the ups and downs of your thinking all day. And that is the key. What you're going to discover by reading Calm Cure is that you don't need to make your thoughts go away, or your emotions go away, or your life be perfect in order for you to experience pristine peace. That the awareness that's aware of your thoughts, the awareness that's aware of your emotions, the awareness that's aware of your life is already at peace. Said differently, peace is aware of everything. Peace is aware of your thoughts. Peace is aware of your emotions. Peace is aware of your life. Peace is aware of anything that you are aware of, because the awareness that's aware of it is already at peace. When you discover this, you realize that peace was never in the future. It's not the end of the perfect life rainbow. Peace is within you right now. It's what you are. It's who you are. And that's really the message and the essence of Calm Cure, the calm meditations that I teach. If you're asking any questions right now, I can't see them, but I will come on afterwards and answer them. So I will answer any questions that you have, okay? Thank you so much. I will make sure I go through the comments and answer any questions. Peace is aware of your life. And if you realize that, you'll stop waiting until the future and you become much more present. We apply the principle of conflict and awareness to your relationships, to your money, to your career, to your health, to all areas of your life with this book. And I really hope that you get a copy of it. It's my 11th book, I'm not saying practice makes perfect. I'm still learning, but I really believe it's my best book I've ever written. It's a small book, but it packs a punch. That's what I will say. So what I want to do to bring this Facebook Live to a close, thank you so much for all the continuous hearts and along the bottom there. That's so nice of you. I'm going to guide you through a meditation now. Is that okay, guys? So I want to guide you through a meditation. What I did is I didn't want to just have you, read the book and go, well, that's a nice concept. I wanted to make sure you could move from conceptually knowing what I was inviting you to know to actually experiencing the benefits in your life. And so I spent a lot of time and love creating additional resources, which you'll see links for at the end of every chapter. Okay? So every chapter it says, go to this page to find out more about awareness. There's a great video guiding you into self-awareness. If you get the book, make sure you go into the awareness link, because it's a really powerful, just a 9-minute video, but it takes you straight into awareness and you experience the peace that I'm talking about. Every chapter has these resources, and I'm going to share with you now the the resource from chapter 10, which is called a Free World Guide Meditation. So are you up for that, guys? Can we have some love, and so you can let me know if you're happy to do that. If you're enjoying this video, please do click the like button. I really appreciate that. If you're watching the recording and stuff, it's just really nice, and it helps other people know, hey, read this, watch this, because it's had lots of likes. So if you think that people could benefit from this, make sure you do hit the like button, and I will endeavour to answer any comments you have. So I'm just opening up the script that I have here for the Free World Meditation. And it's going to take about 6 or 7 minutes. Hope that's okay, Hay House. I know that I was meant to stop after about half an hour. Well, that was a rough guide, but I'm going to go on a few minutes longer. That's okay, guys. Give you some extra value and guide you through this meditation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this free world meditation for being the change you want to see in the world. I think you're going to find it very powerful indeed. So I'm going to look down a little bit, because I'm going to read it off my iPad to make sure I give you the best experience. If you like this, go to my website, and you'll find a recording of it. I put it in the sales page for the book. So if you go to sandynewbigging.com/calm pure book, you'll find the recording right there with all music in the background, professionally recorded, and it's just sat there as a free sample. Okay, so I'll remind you afterwards just in case. So here we go. Take a couple breaths with me. Begin by sitting or laying comfortably before closing your eyes and remaining gently alert with your attention wide open. So just let your eyelids drop down, but remain gently alert with your attention wide open. Through honouring the timeless truth that the outer reflects the inner, and as above, so below, with this meditation you can be a positive presence in the world and help it to heal by being the change you wish to see. Looking out at the tapestry of tasks requiring love and attention, and choosing to see and be the potential for peace and love, you are a beacon of light, guiding the heart of humanity home to the unifying truth that connects and calms us all. So, continuing to be gently alert with your eyes closed and your attention wide and open, let's rest into the stillness within and begin. With the deep knowing that world peace begins with me being peaceful, I allow any inner conflict to clear away so that all that remains is calm. Being this fully, I gently think, I am the peace that I wish to see in the world. With the deep knowing that a loving world begins with me being loving, I release my rules around what's lovable so that I may learn to love all things without limits. Being this fully, I gently think, I am the love that I wish to see in the world. With the deep knowing that a kinder world begins with me being kind, I allow any hardness to be softened so that I experience the world through compassionate eyes. Being this fully, I gently think, I am the kindness that I wish to see in the world. With the deep knowing that a secure world begins with me being secure, I remember the aspect of myself that has never been hurt and is always safe and protected. Being this fully, I gently think to myself, I am the safe haven that I wish to see in the world. With the deep knowing that a more forgiving world begins with me being willing to forgive. I forgive myself and the world for everything. Being this fully, I gently think, I am the forgiveness that I wish to see in the world. And with the deep knowing that a free world begins with me dissolving the illusion that I'm separate from the source of life, I merge with this moment so that all that remains is the one. Being this fully, I gently think, I am the oneness that I wish to see in the world. Continuing with this closed eye guided meditation, by being gently alert with your gaze forward and wide open, now imagine pink light emanating from your heart, surrounding you in a pink sphere. For the next few moments, while remaining inside the sphere, simply rest and allow all aspects of your mind, body and life to be calmed and cured by the perfection of the pink, loving light. Now, with the pink light spreading out to fill your entire body, let it move out from the soles of your feet to enter the earth, and then outwards in all directions. Let this infinite wellspring from within, with its peace, love, compassion, secureness, forgiveness, and unifying truth, spread outwards in all directions. Extending to the edges of your local area, including the streets, schools, offices, stores, parks, to every home and every heart. Let it all become infused with this wellspring of peace, love, compassion, secureness, forgiveness, and unifying truth. Now let it continue outwards, further still, to cover the entire country and beyond, to cover the entire continent, so that everything within it is infused with perfect pink, loving light. Lastly, let it spread around the entire globe, so that it goes all the way around to return back to where you are right now, allowing the world to know and now be covered in peace, love, compassion, secureness, forgiveness, and unifying truth. And so it is. Bringing your attention back now with a forward and wide gaze. It is my hope that by using this meditation regularly, you experience yourself as a peaceful and positive presence in the world. You treat the planet as if it were nirvana and interact with others knowing we are all divine. You welcome all of life, not just some of it, due to your deep willingness to experience the full spectrum of life and the endless possibilities of love. Coming back to now, slowly opening your eyes whilst remaining gently alert. By you being peaceful and you being free, you're playing your part in helping the world know peace and humanity live free. And so that's the free world meditation that comes with the new book. I've recorded it all professional with music and everything, and you get the link to it. But if you want to hear that again, then go to sandynewbigging.com, my website, /Calm Cure Book, and you'll find the recording just sat there on that page. Also quite near to the Buy Now button if you want to get a copy of the book. Hopefully this has inspired you to do that, to go and grab a copy of the book from wherever you prefer to buy it from. But you can, most major suppliers, you can get through my website. While we bring this Facebook Live to a close, I would just like to mention that I'm actually interviewed as part of the Hay House World Summit. Yay! Which starts on the 6th of May. My recording or interview comes out on the 6th of May, along with another pile of amazing people, amazing authors. So make sure you're signed up for that if you aren't already. Also, I'd love it if you want to maybe head over to my Facebook page and like it. It's facebook.com/Sandy C Newbigging. Lovely to connect with you over there. I do Facebook Lives a lot, and I'm sharing stuff from all my different books, Mind Calm, Body Calm, the new Mindy, the new Calm Cure one. I share lots of stuff. In the book, I also have a directory, I forgot to say, of 101 physical conditions and the most common mind-based causes of them. So again, if you're into Hay House, you're probably going to love that directory and you're going to want to check it out. Apart from that, I just wanted to let you know that I have a membership Calm Clan website with loads of videos and guided meditations, and I do live broadcasts every month. We meditate together, we dive deeply into this sort of stuff. So maybe check out calmclan.com. Your first 30 days are completely free. So just check it out, nothing to lose, and I'd love to see you in there this month, meditating with you and sharing the peace and the love and the joy. And I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and listening in. I've absolutely loved this. So thank you, Hay House, for giving me the opportunity to share with you guys in this way. It brings me so much joy to do so. And so until we next speak, check out the book, check out the Calm Plan, check out the Hay House Summit, and also check out that lovely free world meditation over at my website. Easy to find if you head over there. And I will hopefully speak to you sometime soon. Until then, I wish you infinite peace, limitless love, and bye for now. Thanks so much, guys.